Found my mom. So we have, oh, her parking skills are not they're suboptimal. She loves this car. Oh man. One thing about this car actually is we were noticing, that's the thing, right? These are cheap cars, but you can see like these panels just flex like nobody's business. But if you look at, it's gonna be harder to tell here. Well, no, that one actually does flex a bit, but the steel or aluminum is it's a lot different. So Sylvia here, the Silver Soul, has some battle scars. She's got some battle scars, and we're not gonna talk about that today. You could just put some flames on it. But all these little, oh yeah, that's a little dent right there. That looks like somebody rammed a cart into it.
Look at
Heart here. Yeah. Somebody sideswipe you? What the hell?
Look at here.
Oh geez. Well, and actually, you had somebody rear-ended you on the freeway.
On the freeway.
Yeah, they were going to change lanes and got in on the footage. You got the footage. Yeah, you can see, and it's not the end of it. It's buffable. I could buff that out, but honestly, I think you just need a wrap for your car. We could just we'll worry about it later, but you know, it sucks on a brand new car.
You paint it like the Batmobile.
Hey, so that's a good point.
Pictures.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad. Well, we used two different bed liners is a problem, and it was a car that was like, it was down past there was clear coat paint and then primer, and it was past that in some spots, and we're like, why don't you just bed liner just to see? And Emma did it too. She was helping.
It was good until it wasn't.
Yeah, it was good. Right, yeah. So we were using the what was the good stuff? Herculiner. That was the good stuff. We did that on the hood and actually so it was all black bed liner basically, and it was the old vans prior to the minivans, and it turns out somebody actually bought it and loved the way it looked.
Yeah, took it all the way to Montana.
Yeah.
She had it as of a year ago.
Was she still living in it?
Yeah, her and her mom. Her mom's disabled.
She were living it. Wow.
Yeah.
And it was like it was an old caravan. Anyways, so that being said, I don't know. Maybe we'll wait until it gets a little bit farther gone before we, but at least we could paint some flames on it and give it some racing stripes.
Still need some glitter.
Glitter.
Glittery racing stripes.
Actually, we were talking about like a spray paint glitter on the little hubcap craps there.
Yes,
They really need to flash when you're.
Imagine how cool that would look on it from a drone.
So put the little LED wheel spoke things on there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And then like playing cards, so it sounds
And then
like.
I could put the lights all around underneath. Oh man.
Okay, we're not doing any of that in this video. What are we doing in this video? So in this video, we're gonna change her oil. That's the easy one, and then we'll be changing the oil on our Ram. First oil change, a little past what I wanted to have, but life has been kind of crazy. And we'll do the two fuel filters. Yeah. So third time for this, right? Third. Something like that. So let's get cracking. Oh, I should also mention, don't follow me for mechanical advice. Keep going. Stop. Perfect. These parking lot oil changes are halfway professional. But again, don't follow me for mechanical advice. We don't know what the hell we're doing. I blame them. All right, I'm gonna get some cardboard under here, and then, ooh, it's a warm engine. We should probably let it cool a little bit. That's like 100.
Now we're on a freeway.
Yeah, let it cool down a little bit. This stuff gets hot. But yeah, we have some cardboard. We have a tarp somewhere. With all of this.
Bags.
Yeah, and we're gonna drain it all into. This is only a 10 quart, so we actually have 12 quarts of oil in the truck. We probably should just pick up a 16 quart in the future. And it would probably cover both vehicles.
Can't you use that? You can't use the same oil I have?
What, this?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the drain.
Oh.
Yeah, to drain it. Yep. All right. And yeah, we got our tools. I think last time I took the filter off, this didn't. I think the first time this didn't work. The second time this did. They put it on from the factory so tight. That was insane. And we tried every tool. So yeah, here we are. So these are the OEM filters from Hyundai. Yeah, there we go. These are the Hyundai filters. Why there's no markings? Why is there no markings on these?
That's kind of what I wondered.
Huh. But these are the Fram ones, and people don't like Fram. I get it. But they got really good reviews. It was recommended by the local shop. Let's see. They should look... Oh, they do look a little different, don't they?
They do look a lot different.
Oh.
That one's got a nudge up, it looks like, and that's flat.
Oh, that's weird. Ew, this one looks used.
That's used. What the heck?
This is used. It has oil in it.
Wait.
What? They sold you a used... Where'd you get this?
From Wally World?
Walmart?
Yeah.
Somebody returned a used...
Oh, that's great.
Son of a gun. Oh, okay. Cool. 9688. There's a Walmart not far though. I'm glad we checked this in advance.
Is there an auto parts store closer? We just go there.
Yeah, there's one right down the way, right? Yeah, we can just take the truck. What the hell?
Well, you can start draining stuff and I can go get it.
Well, I don't want to drain stuff until we have the right. So I think what we're going to do is return these because these don't look right. Wait, PH9688 is what the box says?
PH9688.
Okay, let's just go get like the STP version. Do you want to run to AutoZone? It's a 23 Soul, right?
23 Soul LX.
Yeah, something like that.
Thing.
Let's get the STP filter, and you can return this. I would. This is uncool, man.
That's bullshit.
That's why you check stuff beforehand. We didn't touch the car at all. God.
Tells you that people don't.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
a really, and it's a $5 part, right? Like that's. What do you need?
$9.24.
$9.24 for that?
$9.24.
2023 Kia.
That's, they overpaid for a Fram filter. Wow. Whoa. I'm gonna hang out here. My mom's actually never ridden the truck, so we'll get her review. Oh boy, truck day. I'm glad we only did one at a time.
The keys are in the middle.
All right, that's cool. And just if you haven't never seen my mom's Kia Soul before.
That's SpongeBob and Patrick.
Oh God. All right. Yep.
The hamster.
Yeah, she's a character. She's a character. Well, I have 100% confidence that they're gonna find the right parts for this. So it's only a fuel filter. We have all the oil, all that good stuff. So I love this shirt. I genuinely do. Even though it's a Christmas specific shirt, but it matches my personality so well, don't you think? All right, I think it will start draining, and we've got cardboard under there. We got the filter set, which is awesome. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this going. There, keep that covered, because yeah. Oh, that's not black. Let's get underneath there. Also from Amazon, actually, and it was another Amazon Vine thing. So they like reviews, and they'll send you a product for review. And they're funny because they look like leather gloves with stitching, but it's fake. But they're pretty thick gloves. I got orange so that I can tell when they're dirty and when they're not. Different colors. Oh, Velcro. These are pretty thick, and they have grip. Like it's like Spider-Man grip, I swear. All right, let's give these a shot. I just don't like all the disposable nitrile gloves. The oil just eats right through them. If you're wondering where the drain bolt is, because it's drain bolt and filter, it's underneath. And they make it pretty dang easy. Let's see, this hole, the circular hole right here, that is, that's the filter's right up there. You can see that. Filter, and then, so, circle, and then the kind of weird one that looks like it's got a little bit of, well, that was probably from our last change here. That has the drain bolt right there. And I got my tools right here, makes it all very easy. 17 millimeters is what it requires. And we'll put this in loosen mode. So, I would do a Fumoto valve on this, and I actually think that because of the angle, it's just something I haven't thought of before in this car. But because I've been the one doing these, you know, that might be a good option. Alright, it's gonna spurt out on me here in a second, I'm sure. Oh, there's gotta be a trick for this. But I do actually have a fun trick that you guys might appreciate coming up here. Alright, there we are. Oh, and I didn't lose a screw this time. I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting a lot better. Well, that's draining. we're also going to try another fun trick here. A chunk just fell off these gloves. Huh. Well, that's not great, is it? So what we're going to do is get it loose, and then this cup's too big. Dang it. I asked for the wrong... Oh, this is double extra large. Yeah, it's a big cup. But what we're going to do is loosen this. Let's see. Yep, and there we go. We're hand loose. Then let's get the filter off there, or my wrench off. Get off there. But basically, if we continue the loosening here, this should capture any spilled oil. Yeah, I would get a smaller cup next time. I did not do this. All right, come on, buddy. All right. Well, it's kind of working. All right. Whoop. Okay, that did not go to plan. Okay. You know, make your plans, etc. That bolt out of there. Never mind. Anyways, with a smaller cup, this might have worked. But take a little cup there, and it'll capture all the deals. You know what? I would say if you're using a filter wrench like one of these, yeah, you might even be better off pliers, loosen it, then use the cup, and you should be good. First off, once again, F that guy that returned a used filter. What a crappy thing. But okay, so this is the one this is a Hyundai Kia Motors OEM filter. This is what Amazon is selling under the Hyundai name. Interestingly, they look identical. So this is from AutoZone. This is, you know, they both have W's. They line up perfectly. They have the same weight, if I'm not mistaken. Oddly, the replacement, and this might actually just be for the bolt. They have washers with the one that came in the package. How much was this again? 14 bucks?
14 bucks.
14 bucks?
43.
Oh, 15.40. This is as much as our fuel filter was. They both have the Hyundai logo on the inside down there, but they look very different than the Fram ones, which I suppose doesn't really, you know, they're different things. Weirdly though, this one has some crud. Hopefully you guys can pick that up. This one has some crud in there, which is like,
I wonder what the other one
looks like peanut butter, but they're wrapped the same, so it's possible these are the OEM filters. I don't know. So it could just be that they don't have the markings, but I'm hesitant to think that these are legit. So anyways, let's get them on, and we'll get the new one on, rather. These are about the same weight. Get this one on, and off we go. Also, I should mention this. The cup trick almost worked, but it was too big. You went with too big of a
There
cup.
must be something, some coating or something on there.
That's weird, because they're all kind of cruddy like that. They're like, it's like dirt, or like, it looks like chocolate.
The cup doesn't work. Why?
These rubber gloves actually make it kind of difficult to grip it, but I'll get a napkin in here. All right, that should be good. I got a napkin on that. It's not too slippery. That is tight. Good, a little over hand tight. I guess it's all technically hand tight. All right. Now I'm actually inclined. So they gave a new washer. They look almost identical. It's a little tiny bit thinner, but I'm inclined to believe that these are OEM parts. And so new washer on there, and they get. I guess we're supposed to be swapping these with every one. I watched a few other folks do the same oil change, and it doesn't seem like that's a necessary thing, but not a big deal. Let's get it in there, and yeah, there's a little bit of spillage out here, but very minimal back there. So let's get that on there, and then we should be able to fill this guy up, and off we go. I think it takes up to like 4.5 quarts, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, let's get that in there. A little easier than without those rubber gloves. And there is a torque setting on this as well, but did not leak before. Oh yeah, I see. Perfect. Okay. Good. All right, in case there's a little bit of over spillage, this should protect us a little bit. Nice big funnel here. And this is 0W20 from Costco, the Kirkland signature. It's all synthetic. And it has Dexos 1, GM approved Gen 3, but it should be fine. It worked well before, and I feel like the first oil change, that oil was black, right? It came out of it. But looking at this, it's not black. Like it's not, it's still pretty, I mean, it's like a darker caramel, but I think this stuff actually, if you base it off of how dirty the oil looks, this is pretty good. So, and you can get yeah, so how much were these? These aren't hardly anything.
Two of them for $34.99.
That's not too bad. So that's 10 quarts for 35 bucks. Not bad. No reason not to change your oil at that point. All right, so we need to prime that pump though, because I didn't fill it all the way up. So we should be able to just go into run. Oop. A lot of. Your car sings every time you.
Yeah.
This is a quiet little engine. You can actually hear the fuel filters on the truck and on the bus. 1, 2. Okay. We put in almost exactly 4.2 quarts. Actually, that might be a slight, just a hair low, actually, while it's off. So we might put in a little tiny bit more. But I think we put on almost exactly 4.2 quarts. I think the oil filter fills up and it all has to kind of drain down. But other than that, I think we're about good with this. That's awesome. That was easy. Then we'll write down everything. How much oil, what kind of oil, and what exact parts, so we can get them in the future, keep it consistent, and off we go. All right, 4925 2138 330, but it looks like that's not bad. Definitely should have done that before we got underneath, but that's good. And then I think we're gonna take some tape actually and write all the same information, so we'll have them in multiple places. Just right here. You open the hood. What do we need? Boom, right there. Why not, right? Do that, and all right, and then we'll get on the truck. This is fun, right? All right, we go to the menu here, and we're gonna go down to convenience. Okay, service interval way back there, and we're gonna go to reset time and distance. Yes. And now, if we turn it on, let's see, no warning messages at all. Awesome. Good. We're in great shape. All right, we're onto the Ram. I've got the wheel facing towards the right, and we're gonna go underneath this side because there's an air dam up there. And if we come in here, you can see that is the actual bolt that we need. And I've got a 3/8 inch ratchet with an extension here to be able to reach that. So we should be able to just loosen that. Yep, we need to get a Fumoto valve, but it will just take a little too long to arrive, so we'll do that next time. All right. Whew. That was under decently snug. Oh man, you really gotta. Okay. That should be good. Nope, still can't grip it. What the heck? Come on. Try not to have my hands in the way. Okay, that should be good. Turns out doing one long clip doesn't actually help when you don't press record. So like we're in the middle of, because I think it's like 5 or 10 minutes before the camera auto shuts down. And sure enough, we go ahead and I'm in the middle of it, got the filter off, all that good stuff, and then the camera shuts off, and I'm like, well, that's weird. It turns out I just never pressed record, or I think I handed it to you thinking you would automatically record, but you didn't know to, so how are you gonna know if you don't know? So anyways, got all the oil, 12 quarts of oil in this, and a new filter. That filter that they put on there was also, it was on there good and tight, but it's also a really big pain to get that thing off of there just because of where it sits. My mom had to go because it's getting later and later. It's nice that we have so much light though, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So anyways, oil change went well, except for, and I'm like freaking out when I hear this, we turned it on, all of a sudden in the we're getting a ticking sound. And so I'm looking it up, and I'm seeing other people with the same motor have the same issue. Some people did the T6 and they switched to Valvoline, and the motor's no longer ticking. Interestingly, if I hear it at like the 700, 800, 900 RPMs, and I hit up to 15, I'll hear it louder at 15, but then when it drops back down, you hardly hear it at all. So it's driving and performing just fine. We went ahead and made a service appointment. I asked them everything. We did 1, 2, 3, right? I used this oil with this Mopar. Thankfully, we used the Mopar filter, so you can't blame that. With this amount, right? 12 quarts, and they're like, nope, that's exactly what we would do as well. They're like, bring it on in, we'll get it in for a warranty check. So, yay. I hope it's not something as simple as, yeah, you just got to change the oil again, you know, whatever. But yeah, the 10W30 is what the service manual states. So hopefully that's the case. Yeah, it's a little stressful. But because we went ahead and wanted to go drop off, went ahead and dropped off they were not, I think, pretty sure those are knockoffs. They claim to be OEM filters for my mom's car, but I'm pretty sure those are knockoffs, which is so frustrating. I tell you what, we went ahead and returned those though. At least we got a good filter in her. Hers was uneventful, and we didn't.
Ours really wasn't eventful either. We just forgot to hit the record, or we just like forgot to hit the record button for most of it. Yeah, that and that and the ticking afterwards. That's the drama there. There's been a little bit more of a dramatic. Like who buys a filter, a cheap filter I might add, and like returns it used? Get the hell out of here. So anyway, that's a little bit. So I hope that Walmart believes her. By the way, that like no, this is how it was. This is not like me returning it like a piece of crap. But anyways, we need to go do the fuel filters real quick since we have the materials for that. And then we actually made an appointment for not this Monday, but next Monday? Yeah, 2 Mondays, yeah.
2 Mondays, so the 21st. And hopefully we can get our truck back before we have to leave the RV park. This also cuts into our rack idea design dealio. So I'm wondering when we are going to have time to do that. And if I haven't mentioned already, we are taking off on a Friday. I think I mentioned that.
Friday afternoon, yeah.
We initially didn't think we were going to be able to, but we, those flyer miles, man, that actually pays. Well, it's a good chunk of change that we don't have to pay, and so it's like right on, Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go find a spot, and yeah, we're gonna get these changed out. It shouldn't take long to do the filters. All right, I want to show you guys this. So there's this tick. Oh, I don't hardly hear it now. Hold on. That's a weird one. So you can kind of hear it, especially when I go. If I rev, you don't really hear it, but it's kind of this asynchronous kind of sound. It's they're closely related to the engine revving, but not quite. It's like a kind of like a typewriter type sound. So that's a weird one. That's a new one. I've never had that in any of these trucks. So I'm hoping that it's not. It's a brand new truck. But again, I asked him, I said, we did this, and this. What do we like? And hey, everything's perfect. So yeah, it wasn't me. But I do wonder if they were using a particular engine oil before, maybe a 5W40 and, or even a 0W40, but it's different now. So maybe like I've read online, it could be lifters, or basically it's not able to lubricate all the parts. And so there's that slapping sound. It could be the timing or something. I don't know. Anyways, we'll worry about that one later because we need to do fuel filter change. So there's two of them. So we need to do one under here, and then there's one under the hood that we need that weird 28 millimeter for. yeah, let's get going. All right, here's our ridiculous adapter. So extension, 3/8 inch drive, and a 28 millimeter, and it's going right down in here. I showed this a little bit better yesterday, I think, and we are sitting, we're like all up in here, man. Okay. Oh shoot. Oh, get off there then. Oh, holy crap. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Oh. This is a son of a gun. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. That was ridiculous. Should be hand loosened right there. What the hell? All right, there's a little exit. We have the catch underneath, so that's good. Oh, that is diesel right there. Okay, there's no ring on that. Whew, and then we gotta work. Okay, there's that. Down in there, around the, you're not gonna be able to see anything. Can't see squat. There's also a ring, so we're gonna pull that off. Oh, that smells like diesel. You know, diesel's kind of pretty if you look at it in the right light. Like a blue, that's nice. All right, fresh filter. Okay. Does it need to be worked in there? That should be good. Okay. All right. Whoo. Okay. Whew. Man, there's not a lot of good videos on how to do this, and I can now see why. Hard to get all the good angles, you know? Okay, good. That should be good. Let me tell you, it's like a whole day of drama so far, doing all this. And, all right, let's just fire up. Is everything clear over there? All right, primed it. Looks fine, no leaks. We'll move on to the backside now, and we'll get underneath there, and then I think we're almost done. Yeah, that tick, I can hear it more from the down. I'm not hearing it much actually. That's weird, right? It does come and go. No tick at all right now. And somebody had mentioned maybe there was like air in the oil. It takes a couple 100 miles. But no, I don't. Huh? Weird one. All right, this is going to be kind of difficult to show you where this is at, but awkward angle time. So we're coming in here, and this is so that's the back axle. Sorry for this terrible video. And here's the fuel filter way up here, right over the drive line. So for some, just a better perspective. Yeah, there it is. There's a petcock right. Let me see, somewhere right over here. Oh man, we should be able to turn that, and then we can loosen this whole deal. I think this is it looks like a 28 millimeter as well. Let me get that loosened, and I'm gonna move everything out of the way because diesel is not fun to play with. So yeah, I'll do that real quick. Yeah, you just have to twist the petcock on the side there. Hopefully you can see that. And it not a great design in my opinion. So actually in the future, you know, my monkey brain didn't really think of this in advance, but we can actually add a little line, a little vinyl tubing, even if we just hold it up to that and drain it properly, because this is obnoxious. So this will take a few seconds, and we should be nearing the end anytime. Holy cow! Oh, oh man! Oh, I just stabbed my arm. Goodness gracious. I mean, I suppose you could probably use a drill, right? Impact wrench. I wouldn't want to break the plastic though. What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously saturated, but maybe a little dirty too. You know, it doesn't look that bad. I don't know. But old versus new, they look exactly the same. And then, yeah, again, new O-ring there. Oh, what a pain. You know, I can see now why they charge $600, $700, $800 for a service here. You can unscrew that there. It drains, so you can get a little vinyl tubing. Maybe 3/8 inch, I bet would work if I had to guess. Something like that. Maybe even a quarter. You can actually hear the fuel pumps engaging outside. All right. Okay, let's see. There's a fuel filter service required message. So let's go over engine hours, gauge, exhaust brake, battery. Oh, it was okay. It says hold OK to reset. Confirm reset. Yes. And we're at 99. Good. Oil life 100. Fuel filter life 99. And just a little. Yeah, we're getting fuel. How much money did we just save ourselves? All in all, between the two vehicles, that was probably 4 hours or 3 hours. There was some running back and forth, 3-4 hours, whatever. A little bit of trash. We have some things to take to AutoZone to dispose of the diesel responsibly. And the oil, but I've already took some of the other oil back. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, could we make $700 in a day? I don't think so. So if it takes less than a day to do it, doesn't it make sense to do it yourself? But I'll tell you what, this is, burnt myself a couple times. And I will say, I don't think this truck is like super well, they didn't do, they could have made it easier to work on. Especially that fuel filter, or the oil filter location. Working on the motorhomes, those weren't too bad. I don't think, what I recall. Working on the bus was dead simple. Except for the fuel filters under the bus, you have to figure out where they are, but that's still dead simple. But yes, we're good. I am glad that we don't have a motor on our home, our primary home right now. That just makes me happy, because you get something like a tick in your motorhome, and you're out with your home for however long, right? And they have to, if you can even find whatever. So we need to go shower and. Bleh. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you found it interesting, helpful. If you want to save some money, do it yourself. There you go. I can see why people don't buy diesels. Usually, and we had all these services done previously, but we just had a service plan, and we don't have one on this truck. And who the hell can afford that? With the price of these damn things? Outrageous. Anyways, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.